Attention economy, where the more time a company spends with your eyeballs, the more money they make. This has to be fundamentally changed. And I don't know that we're going to do that in the next year, 5 years, 10 years, but I do see that many brands want to build lifetime relationships with their customers, that consumers are understanding that community is valuable, maybe something worth paying for, and it's not about the quantity, but the quality of the information that you get. We're seeing this in the news industry as well. The fake news that we've been talking about for the last 18 months has really sparked some people's interest in understanding better where their information comes from. So if we move from this quantity wins everything to quality and to people actually putting their dollars behind their beliefs in quality, then I think we fundamentally can support these businesses.
So what does that mean for you as a podcast? Does that mean you release one episode a week or maybe one every 2 weeks instead of one every day?
We are experimenting with different business models. So there's a subscription podcast that we're making. There is one that does use advertising. There is another where we're doing it for a company, Mozilla, who I feel very strongly about their fundamental beliefs. So I think right now we're in a period of experimentation when it comes to it. But look, if you need to turn off my podcast because you need to have a little more brain space, that's awesome. That's amazing. And I hope that you will value that message and then come back when you do have time.
So did you find that this idea came to you when you were strolling, pushing your baby in the stroller?
Oh, yeah. Well, it came later when I was struggling to come up with good creative ideas. And it occurred to me that all the little cracks in my day where I used to get bored, where I used to just allow my mind to wander, was now filled with constant technology. I was texting my husband. I was checking the news. Wait, what's the weather for the next hour? There was always something to find out or know or look for. And what I realized was actually those spaces in my day where I did nothing were incredibly valuable. And it turns out there's neuroscientific research to support that sort of negative space in your life. It makes all the other stuff, the productive, creative stuff in your life possible. And so I think that's what's happening now. We're starting to appreciate some of the human things that have been bred out of us by technology, and we're finding the right balance.
Now I have to ask again, how do we reconcile these ideas? You want to use the latest technology, blockchain, to build your podcast and develop, your media industry, your empire, if I will. How do you do that and plus, continue to be bored?
It's hard. It's why I wrote a book about it. And so it's constantly reminding myself that, is what I'm doing right now really important? Is it purposeful? Does it have meaning to me? Right now, unfortunately, it's on the users, on us, consumers, to make those choices. We don't have the corporate interest working in our best interest for a lot of that. But it's not easy. It is just not easy, and such is the human condition. And honestly, I mean, come on, developing person, privileged person's problems, right? I feel grateful every day for what technology brings all of us, and I hope that universal connectivity is something that does happen, but I want it to happen ethically.